So if you remember last week, we've cut the frame, we've added in 150 mils to stretch it out, fully welded, and just a quick first grind over. I will be sorting these waves out before you mention those. This week we're going to mount the bike back on the jig, and we're going to tackle the rear end. So I'm going to do the hardtail. We're going to cut the back off somewhere, haven't decided yet, but we'll cut it right back, and then we're going to take off the swing arm, and we'll start welding up and fabricating the hardtail. So I thought this was quite good as a comparison. We've got the C100 on the left and the C70 on the right, and you can see the actual overall length that I've added into that C70. So hopefully that will fit me better now. You can see how much longer it is now. Right, so what I've done now, guys, I've chopped this piece in just so it fits, sits on this swing arm pivot in there, if you can see that. So that's just the right height, and if we come over here, you can see that swing arm is now level. So that's where we want it. That gives it the correct geometry from what we had originally. So now I'm going to tack this in place, and then we're going to start chopping the back. So as you can see, a couple of small tacks there. I've also tacked it up in there, just on that swing arm pivot, just to hold it so nothing moves. Okay, so to start this, I want to cut the back off, but I want to leave as much material as I can, just so we can get the wheel on and get the lines right, because I might not want to cut it all the way back to here. So I'm probably just going to take off this, just for now, and then I can offer up the wheel. We'll get rid of the back of the jig and get the wheel on and just see where it sits then. Okay, well there's certainly no going back now. Perfect. It's not looking much like a bike anymore, but we'll fix that. Looks quite good actually. So after offering the wheel up, if I sort of put it around there, it's hard to see with the light, but there you go, so you can see the pen line. Obviously the wheel I'm putting on is going to be slightly bigger profile on the tyre, but that's the sort of shape we're going for. Higher up, I think. Hi all, so I've just watched that footage back and I don't know why, but the sound is terrible on it. Hopefully this one's better. I've got a new mic and we'll see how it goes. So I've just been onto eBay and bought the finest pipe bender going. It was £100 I think, so I don't know, hopefully it works just for this one bike, but if it keeps going then we'll keep using it. Now, although I am very confident in my design, which is all in my head, I haven't really planned this one, I am going to use cardboard aided design to mock it up, see what I can get away with, and before I go bending it and wasting all my pipe. So hopefully the camera can pick that up, but I've made a little template out of cardboard that should hopefully look quite good. So I've sort of mimicked the backbone, the angle of this piece here in here. This one is horizontal just to keep the lines nice, and then that is just back up to make a triangle. So nice and simple. Hopefully it looks okay when it's done. The tube I'll be using is 1" mild steel. I wanted to go slightly thicker just so it looks a bit beefier. I don't want it to look sort of skinny and weak, so I think that should be enough. Looks okay. Now, YouTube isn't just for watching idiots in sheds like me. You can actually get some good advice off there. So I've been learning how to use this bender, and one of the tips they always say is to use a smaller piece than you need to bend it, and also to fill the tube with sand. So I'm going to show you that. So one of the things I've learned is to use the smaller size die on the tube. I'm using 1", so I'm going to go for a 3/4 die. As you can see, it's actually a little bit small, but that will stop the edges caving in on the bend. And also I'm going to fill the tube up with some sand. So I need the bend to occur at about 450 mil, and then given the center of the bend to the pivot, I have to add on an extra 300, and that should then allow for the pipe. So wish me luck. So I'll put the bend line in the center, and then here we go. So for this last piece, I do have enough pipe, but I'm going to have to get creative with it. So I won't have the distance that I can overhang the center of the die. So I'm going to bend the first pipe in half, which will give me the return, which I can use for this piece. And if it's short enough, I can then fit that inside the edge of the bender and do this bend. So that's what we're doing. There we go. 4 pipes, 2 lowers, 2 uppers. And we'll just see what it looks like on the bike now. I can't weld it up, but I can sort of hold it up and see what it looks like.